Good day, everyone. How are you?
Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 18.
Midweek Wednesday show. Hope your week's going well so far.
April 8th, 2020. Let's check in on our mood meter.
Almost halfway through the month already.
Almost.
What is it?
Like a 8?
I'm wishful thinking.
Yeah, you are. I'm glad you are. So maybe that's your mood today.
I'm the king of wishful thinking. Nah, just kidding. If we had more energy, we'd go into that.
I'll get over you. I know I will. I'll pretend my ship's not sinking. And I tell myself I'm over you. 'Cause I'm the king of wishful thinking. Here we go. So, I'm sore. We'll get into that later. Oh, needless to say,
long story short,
Karen walked 2.5 hours yesterday.
And now she speaks in the third person.
See that?
Just like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
And did you find out how many miles it was?
I have to look back on my my pal
Tracker.
My Fitness Pal, my tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know it was a long time.
And
actually,
now
it might have been longer. Yeah, I usually like wearing Sanuk sandals, so they'll be our little nutritional. They're like yoga mats. But however,
nutritional, you mean fitness, health?
Yes, but I'm going to get into that.
And then you eat them, and they're I'm being a teaser.
I know. So anyway, Sanuk sandals. Okay, they're wonderful. However, my feet have been covered, and I usually wear socks and sneakers all the time. So the friction from my raw feet have caused blisters. So those of you who had a glimpse at my Cooking with Karen, I was race walking for 2.5 hours and burned a lot of calories.
What does that mean, race walking?
So faster than normal. So almost like a run.
Speed walk.
Yeah, like speed walking. But when you go to enter it in on my Fitness walk.
I hope you start doing this. I really like.
I was doing
when
that
I see
too.
people walking and look at.
Actually, I was doing that.
As if I don't show off enough. Look what that does for your arms and your upper body.
Listening to Chaka Khan, and I was doing the arm circles. So anyway, okay. So 30-day song challenge. Not too fond of this one. We're gonna pass.
It hurts, but if I had to, many of you will know what I'm talking about. But it goes like this.
Yeah. Clapton, right?
She don't, she don't, she don't. Rogaine. I love Rogaine.
There you go.
There you go.
Nutritional supplement. Okay, anyway.
You like that one?
Yes, so National Day, or Frolicle.
No more frolicking in the sand.
Nope, we used to have fun frolic days at Cedar Crest College.
Oh, dear God.
Yes, frolic. In fact...
Oh, I guess I was busy learning in college. No, I'm just kidding. Your college is more prestigious than mine.
Oh.
But later on I went to Wilkes, and Wilkes is a good school.
Yeah.
Where a kid could be a kid. No, that's the Discovery Zone.
Speaking of which, it is National Zoo Lovers Day today.
We went to the San Diego Zoo, and we took the bus around. That was so cool because you didn't have to walk at all.
I know, and you know what? I was going to relate that to what they're doing now with those tours. I had brought that up on another episode. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, God.
Wheel in the sky.
Our thoughts are with you, Tiger.
Our wheel in the sky.
Ah, yes.
See? Okay, it's also National Day of Pink, and this also is related to bullying. And this is kind of funny because, once again, my dreams are somewhat prophetic. And I had a dream about an eagle, and the eagle, like I was back, in Pennsylvania, my childhood home. I was outside and actually was trying to take a picture of this bald-headed eagle, and I was like, wow, I know it was so rare. So today is Draw a Picture of a Bird Day. So maybe it's a sign for me to try to draw an eagle.
Can you outline your hand?
I'm really not artistically capable of doing that, but yes, so.
It wasn't an eagle landing on a cactus, was it?
No, it was like shooting down to the ground.
eagle landing on a cactus, flag of Mexico. You could look the rest up, but it was a prophecy from the Aztecs.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
so
why
I want to look that up. Yeah, because I'm one into the dream books, and those who I had taught in my psychology class, we used to do dream journals. So
Dream journal, come rescue me. Mm-hmm,
we're just full of parodies today.
Me everywhere. Oh, you're not going to join me. Want me to get into my point today?
Sure.
It's a biggie.
Oh boy.
I don't think that Bill Gates is the Antichrist.
I'm going to disagree with all of this.
There's a growing number of people who think he's got his hands on a lot of things, like through his foundation, that he's got deep money and a lot of the virus vaccine. And he did issue a warning about 5 years ago that basically lays out exactly what's happening now. And I think
we talked about this biological warfare.
none of us could relate to being billionaires. You could have power and not be evil. You could seek more control and not have bad intentions.
And we know a lot of those.
And one of the things people on the internet are criticizing him for is he's big on eugenics. He likes the idea of lowering the world's population. And one of his quotes...
think about this. This all goes back to what I'm going to get into.
Is that the places with the highest population growth are also the places that are least able to support it. The places of Africa, the places in parts of Asia and South America. And people say, oh, he's evil. How could he say that? Mm-hmm. He's not talking about going around and killing people. He's talking about doing things to slow the population growth. People say he can't play God.
Eliminate.
There's God and there's billionaire somewhere. He's not a God, but don't act like he has to be just a regular person. If he has ideas for how the globe could be.
This is what I'm talking about.
What I'm saying is he's kind of earned it and proven himself already as a genius. Genius? He would never say genius, but I don't think he has evil intentions. Bill Gates, if you're watching. What do you say, Karen? He has his hands on too much, right?
Yeah.
But he's a genius. That's how a genius is going to be. I saw on this...
I'm going to disagree because there's lots of us who are genius. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
But we're using it for the good.
How do you know he's not? I saw things on YouTube where people say, what does he know about health? People say, what does he know about health? He's not a doctor. It's like, he's not a doctor because he's far beyond that. I believe he dropped out of Harvard because it wasn't challenging enough for him. He wanted to go do his own thing. He probably could have become a doctor in his sleep. But people have the programming mind, the problem-solving, engineering mind.
Creative problem-solving.
And he's one of the greatest of all time. They are so far beyond. He can't look at the world's problems and not think, okay, well, here's how you solve it.
We talk about this.
And in case anybody ever thought I was starting to lean towards defending Trump and stuff like that, Gates is so far more advanced as far as problem solving.
Problem solving, but using it to your advantage.
But that's just a side effect.
A side effect. So
he's not
so far
like a lavish king. He's like a regular man who just so happens to have almost $100 billion.
But it's what you're doing with it.
He's trying to improve things with it.
The
discussion on Bill Gates has torn up many a couple. No, it could never.
So going back to what I was saying, there are a lot of theories out there that if you start compiling this research and material, which I will get into further in other episodes,
these videos
it really makes you think because you could turn evil. There's definitely an imbalance. Yeah, anybody could, but listen, there's definitely an imbalance of things going on right now. And plus, it's the full moon too. So we're just going to, take a moment and think about the earthly changes that are going on right now. You could feel them. Those of us who are intuitive.
Now, I'm just going to tease you a little bit here, but what sounds more evil? Person saying we need to do something about population growth and we need to do something about fighting viruses, or person saying be aware of the full moon and the changes.
Full moon and what is going on around us energetically, or population, overpopulation, questioning But doing something in such a manipulative and...
But he's being upfront about it, though.
Oh, so he opened up and said, you know what? Yes, we knew about this. We're going to expel this virus.
No.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And this is the whole theory. This is what I'm trying to say. So
okay, so you're taking the angle of he also was part of the putting it out there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to totally deny it. I'm just coming from the perspective of don't assume that becoming more and more powerful, it doesn't necessarily mean you have evil intentions for the world. Power doesn't have to be evil power. That's my point.
Right, that's what I was saying. We know people do so much good for the people and humanity. Like, you know this firsthand.
Bill Gates is one of them. Bill Gates is one of them.
Oh, I can't wait.
Unless it's all a front, it's an interesting topic.
Very interesting topic. Those of you, please chime in, because I think some of you know what I'm talking about. And you've been following, behind the scenes of what's going on. And adding things up and connecting them.
I like that you said that, because I think a lot of those videos that are out there on YouTube, they make people feel like they just learned something, like they just connected dots, and it gives them a good feeling of, oh, that's how it works. But that's kind of just a sales technique. That's just a thing of...
But they're not selling anything. Here's the thing. What am I purchasing right now? No. Intuitively. Intuitive friends.
You're not purchasing, but you're buying into a movement. Audience say, good wording, Joe. That's a very good wording.
Movement. But
you're buying into a movement.
Once again, I'm all about movement and energy. But I want you to use your brain. And those of us who use our abilities to connect things...
And not take them at surface level.
Right. Like I said, there are many of us, who are very blessed with intelligence.
Yeah.
I'll say that. And have been pretty humble about it.
Intuitive.
Right.
Yeah.
Problem-solving genius.
For sure.
So going back to what I was saying, because this is what I was going to say before, in my coursework in getting gifted certification, we talked about those opportunists and individuals who actually are gifted, but look at their environment, so they never have the chance to excel. And I was just watching, and mostly, even in our county here, we talk about underserved population gifted as far as males, as far as, certain ethnic groups who are underserved and never get the chance to prove themselves because either they don't have the funding or something else in their environment that is stopping them from progressing. So that's why they turn to evil. Think about this, and this could go into a whole other realm. But we want to stay away from violence and groups of people who form violence. I'm not going to say that, but you know what I'm talking about. If you look at the leaders of these so-called groups, I'm sure that they are very intelligent.
Well, yeah.
It's sick, but they took the evil route because they weren't given the opportunity. So we could do a whole SES study on this, but that's for another time. So let's talk about nutritional and health facts today. So I was talking about my feet, and I just want to say something because my grandfather would always say, take care of your feet, take care of your sinuses. And he was right. Oh, my goodness.
That's true, actually.
Oh, because my feet are hurting so badly today. And on the way to pick up my Walmart grocery, John Tesh, shout out to him, he's awesome. John Tesh was talking about feet today and walking on the beach and, being grounded. And he also talked about gardening and how there's some kind of study out there that 50% decrease. I guess there's a long-term study about if people who participate in gardening have a dementia, like a decrease in risk for dementia. Mm-hmm. And depression and all sorts of things.
Yeah, so. We're almost on time, but I remember, they call it the zen of things, like being able to fall into something and forget that you're even doing it. And I think that People need to
Therapeutic.
find whatever does it for you. If
Music.
it's surfing, if it's gardening, if it's
music, movement. It all goes back to, speaking of gardening, and
things
I
you
did my
can do
research
and
on.
forget you're even doing them.
I did my research on Howard Gardner's theories of multiple intelligences. So if you go back further in the episode, it all relates to that, Joe.
All right, baby.
Everybody learns different. So.
Wow,
All
what
right.
a nice deep episode.
Very deep.
You didn't know I was going to take it there today, huh?
I'm glad you did, because
But I
have a theory.
brought out the best in my teammate because I'm a player coach. I just try to sound cool.
He might be, but then once again, look at now he's trying to sell his product. You see where this is going? See where this is going.
Everybody's selling
right.
something, especially Wawa. Ha ha ha. Right.
What's the song? Wants to rule the world.
There's a room where the light will find you.
See?
And a in and now,
Everybody wants to rule the world. All
All right.
right. You guys have a great day.
Bye bye.